Inspired in the year 708, Archangel Michael came to St. Aubret in a dream and asked for a memorial. And that was the first time this beautiful island became an idea. Welcome to Mont Saint Michel. What started as a mount for the pilgrims to enter in has turned into this architectural feat.
Over the next 2 days, we're going to tell you everything that you need to know about Mont Saint Michel, including more about the history, how to get here, and what else to do while you're actually here. There's literal quicksand out there. I cannot believe that people are just walking out through there.
Childhood nightmare. First tip, if you want to beat the crowds,
arrive here early.
As per usual, get here early. We had a late start because Paris was a little chaotic yesterday.
It took us like 10 hours to get a rental car, but we won't talk about that right now.
So today we're having kind of a relaxed stroll around the island. We're gonna try to get a famous omelet. And then tomorrow we have an early 8 a.m. start and we're gonna do a full tour of the Abbey. The crowds are, would you say, intense?
There's over 3 million people that visit the Abbey each year, so the crowds can be intense.
Okay, so I thought this was like Disappearing Island, like in our New Smyrna Beach video, and I was like, how sweet would high tide be? What time is high tide? Andrew's informed me that it's not your standard high tide situation here.
No, it's like the most unique high tide in all of Europe. And it actually can reach up to 15 meters. So they actually describe it as like a sea of raging horses coming in, because they just said that it looks like a tidal wave coming in, and it covers over 15 kilometers in each direction. So that'd be pretty insane to see.
Yeah, and it doesn't happen every day.
High tide happens every day, but the most intense high tide, so the most intense high tide happens 20 times a year. How hungry are you? Because it looks like quite the wait. So this is La Mer Poulard.
This is an integral part of Mont Saint Michel history. In 1888, Annette Poulard opened her inn, which was a dream, and I totally relate to that because I have a dream of opening an inn, and it's been here ever since. And it's world famous for its omelets. It's won culinary awards. I'm very excited and I'm very hungry.
We're almost there. As you can see, I've thoroughly enjoyed my omelet. I got the lamb omelet. I talked to the chef and he said the secret to actually making this is the butter. This is definitely the best omelet I've ever had. It was so light, flaky. Lamb was amazing, cooked to perfection. Bon appetit.
We got separated. Not a hidden gem. I think the 30 million visitors are here today.
About 3 million a year, but they're all here today, huh?
Okay, it's high tide.
Wasn't exactly a raging sea of horses, but it's definitely coming in like a normal high tide. A little disappointing. I was expecting a tidal wave, you know, like a tsunami, right, coming in. But no, it is pretty cool to actually see the tide coming in now. But not quite a raging sea of horses today.
Good morning. Morning from a very different morning at Mont Saint Michel. We decided to wait for the bus today. The bus comes every 12 minutes to various stops around the village.
It takes about 30 minutes to walk the boardwalk itself, so we thought we'd catch the bus, save some time, because we did get tickets to the Abbey this morning starting at 9. We thought we'd arrive about an hour early to kind of actually check out the village.
Plus, the bus is free. Uh-oh.
So us and the workers are here. Like Megan said, looks very different today at 8 a.m. Just gonna see if she can get a takeaway coffee. I have to get that.
We don't have room in our luggage for that.
If it could fit on my carry-on, that would be going home with me.
I feel like this is only a half case study for you if it's beneficial to come this early, because it's also raining. So I don't know if it's less busy because it's early or because it's raining.
That's a good question. What is this tiny door?
I have an urge to open it.
As you know, we arrived at 8 a.m. in hopes to beat the crowds, which we definitely did compared to yesterday's. However, the town itself is actually open and accessible 24/7. If you want tickets to see the Abbey, though, definitely look up the times. Normal hours are about 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., depending on the time of year. Megan keeps asking me how to get to the Abbey. All I read was that it was at the top, so just keep going up, and you'll get there. So there's a line for people who need tickets and then people who prepaid. Definitely recommend prepaying because there's a limited number of tickets each day. And fun fact, that boardwalk was actually built in 2014. Before they had another boardwalk, they built this one that no matter how high the tides, that this island is always accessible. Depending on what you're reading, I guess we're about to go on a tour, you'll hear that this abbey was actually started being built in 700. So yeah, that's like 763 AD. However, the 1000th birthday was celebrated in 2023. It's about 8:30 and you can see that the line is already forming. We purchased prepaid tickets, which I highly recommend. I will drop the link to the website that we used to actually purchase the tickets. I was told different things, that there was like 500 for each time limit, then someone else said 1,000, then someone else said 1,500. So I'll drop the link there. You can make sure that you actually get a prepaid ticket in order to ensure that you actually get in. We were told to purchase a month in advance. Well, we were already here. We actually were able to get a ticket a day in advance. Sure. What you doing? A little wet, huh?
Yeah, it keeps hitting my ankles, and just it's like a wet washcloth just like smacking me over and over again.
Yeah, definitely if it's raining.
Don't do what I did.
So that's the ticket line, just to give you an idea. Once we prepaid, we just come straight to the audiobook.
We love an audio tour.
We do. Because I'm frugal, I only bought one audio tour.
I guess you're going to be my tour guide.
Yeah, I'm just going to be reading it out loud for you. Is that all right? Yeah. They said if you want to buy another one, you have to go over there in that line. You want to go stand over there in that line for it? Oh, merci. Megan thought I was serious.
Of course I did.
These are intense headphones, but I like them.
Do they have like a kid size?
You can make them smaller.
Okay.
I can barely hear.
Are we yelling?
Yeah, I think so. We are entering the tour.
It's like complete cloud coverage.
We are for sure in one massive cloud. Wow. Whew. The wind is strong up here. But this is beautiful on a sunny day like yesterday.
I would just like to apologize for my introduction because I've just found out that you say it Aubert, not Aubert. I'm so sorry.
This is what it looked like in the 11th century to present. That's pretty cool. This is not included in the tour guide. However, did you know that the altar is always facing east in the church? So you're always praying in the east. The entrance is always facing west, so you enter into the west. The ancient gift shop. This is called the cloister, which was a space that was reserved for the monks. This next room has quite the history because it's been used as a place of worship, but also even as a prison and a dormitory over the years. In 1465, during the reign of Louis XI, the abbey and crypts actually became a prison and was used as that until 1863, so almost 400 years. And really, we won't get too much into it, but just unspeakable things were done to the prisoners here, and most of them only survived for about 45 days. For us Americans, we can think of this as a much older and much worse Alcatraz. This is actually a depiction of the Archangel Michael visiting the Bishop Aubert. The massive fireplaces, as you can guess. Let's see what's underneath. Whoa.
It looks like seashells and coffee. Those look like coffee cups.
Are you just seeing coffee everywhere now because you want it so bad?
Maybe it could look like a donut too.
Are you hungry also?
Yes.
We definitely thought that there were going to be more food options. I did look it up before coming here and saw that there were not, but I still was like, surely someplace will be open for coffee or a croissant. Nope, unfortunately not. Entering the crypt.
This is the Forest of Pillars.
The Forest of Pillars.
Yeah, I love that name.
I see where it got its name from. The abbey itself was designed by an Italian architect, and what we're in right now is just one of the crypts that actually holds the entire abbey up. So in order for it to be held up and like lifted into the sky, especially an abbey that size, they had to build 4 massive crypts, and the pillars were originally Roman. Did you know that these crypts were used for prisoners and that they would hang prisoners from the ceiling in cages? And the reason that this was so horrible was because if you moved, the cage would start spinning. So you couldn't stand up, you couldn't lay down, and you're just in constant torture.
It's horrible.
Yep.
That's not in my audio tour.
Nope, just another Andrew fact. Playing hide and seek.
You found me.
Megan's standing on
I don't want to stand on the
trap door.
It doesn't feel very stable.
Yeah, this is actually a really informative and really fun tour. I'm very impressed with the screens and everything that they have.
Yeah,
the tablet.
We haven't had a tablet tour before.
No, normally just an audio one.
Little walkie-talkie ones.
Yeah, so Very cool.
It's really good.
Very impressed.
Took like an hour and a half.
Did it, and we started promptly at 9. It's 10:15 right now, so.
Hour and 15.
Yeah, so not bad.
Yeah.
And again, definitely recommend coming early and doing the first one because people can stay in here all day, and I'm already starting to see like where it's backing up as the next tour is about to start.
Totally. Let's go find some food.
Let's do it. I am kind of in the mood for the best crepe in Mont Saint Michel, but it doesn't open until 11:45.
I'm gonna get a snack first.
All right. Oh, you getting dizzy yet?
Like it
Still going.
It looked like it was gonna be just a few stairs.
Right.
I think we're at the end. Push hard.
And we're back where we started. Oh my gosh, I lose everything. So glad I did not lose this ticket.
I can't believe you didn't hand that to me.
I'm pretty surprised as well, but
Anyone else the keeper of tickets?
of all things.
Who is the one that doesn't lose tickets in your relationship? We thought we were in a line.
Well, people were just standing here.
We were not. Merci.
I can just buy beer at the gift shop. This is the best gift shop I've ever seen. I've never seen just beer at a gift shop. Sadly, we were just informed that we've been mispronouncing the Abbey the entire time. So it's Mont Saint Michel instead of say Mont Saint Michel. So there's something here called the quicksand experience. So you can actually go out into the sand and with a guide, of course, definitely with a guide, I recommend. And they let you, and I guess they like tie a rope to you, or I don't know what it is. I was literally just reading about it, that you can go out and you'll sink down into the sand and they'll pull you out. And it's
Sound horrible?
Yeah, it's like that's my worst nightmare. It's literally what my nightmares were made of growing up as a child. Just so vast as far as you can see. It's sand during low tide. It's incredible. You can apparently walk the entire outside walls, which is pretty cool, and definitely with the views, and really see a lot of the city, from a different perspective here. And if you're looking for La Sereine, the best creperie in Mont Saint Michel, supposedly, we'll let you know. It's above a gift shop, so you actually go through the gift shop to get up there.
Bonjour.
Nice little view. How happy are you right now?
I'm so happy.
You can ask for a English or French menu. Oh, did you find something you like? What is it?
Coffee, large cup. Large cup. Does this just say butter? Like, am I just ordering butter?
I'm not sure. Le crepe. Wow. You might get a flaming crepe.
There's savory and sweet, so I think I'm gonna get a savory and a sweet. My heart is so happy. It's so good. It does rival my brother Chad's crepes. He makes really good crepes.
I don't think he made those for us, did he? When I visited us?
I don't think you got any, but he made...
I'm part of the family now. What the heck?
Chad, if you're watching, you have to make us crepes now so he can compare. These are really, 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 really good. How do you even eat that?
I don't know, but I'm going to. I'm thinking maybe like wrap it like that, get a massive bite like this. I've never had a crepe like this. Like with an egg, bacon, potatoes. This is my new breakfast. Like this is now.
I have to learn how to make this.
This is my go-to breakfast. I will make it. This is my go-to. Wow. Megan finished hers very quickly. Was it too sweet?
No, it was so good. I was nervous that it was going to be too sweet, but it was caramel, and then it had salted butter, so it was like perfect. Literally perfect. Best thing I've eaten in all of France.
I would actually agree with that. That is the best meal I've had in all of France. And yesterday's was where did we go?
The omelets.
Yeah, the omelets, which I thought that was going to be the best thing, but it just keeps getting better. Keeps getting better.
This was the best. If you can only pick one restaurant, pick the crepes. It's delicious and it's a good price. And the omelets yesterday, as you saw, were a little pricey.
So I didn't realize how big they were before ordering, so I wanted to go with the savory and the sweets. One is good enough, but I can't resist this. Biggest question is, are you going to help me eat it? Oh yeah. That chocolate, very good. We're not talking Hershey's chocolate.
How was it?
Words can't describe it. I could die happy now. But we haven't told you about how to actually get here, so we should probably do that before I choose other to go into the beyond.
You all are missing the best crepes ever. The death stairs.
I love it though. And the gift shop.
There's always a gift shop at them.
Saw the Abbey, had the best crepe in all of France, or maybe the world.
Omelet.
And the best omelet. So, successful trip?
I mean, it was successful. I do think you could spend like another day, 2 days. I mean, you could probably spend like a week in this little village just wandering around, wandering the streets.
Especially talking to the locals. I feel like everyone's so friendly. Which actually, speaking of locals, there's only 20 to 30 residents, like full-time residents here. There used to be over 1,000, but now only down to 20 to 30.
And that's on the island, right?
Yeah, on the island.
Yeah, on the actual island itself. Yeah, I mean, we spent 2 days here. We were supposed to spend 3, but due to our rental car fiasco, we got cut down to 2, which was perfect, really. So we figured while we were walking back, we're gonna decide if we're gonna take the bus or walk as we go. You have to walk about halfway across the bridge to get to the bus stop. We figured we'd tell you how you can actually get here if you're coming from Paris. So Andrew was telling me you can do like a day trip from Paris.
You can. They do have day trips. We'll link below the video. We'll just tour bus, take you straight here and straight back, and give you about 4 hours. That's what it looked like, about 4 to 6 hours in Mont Saint Michel.
So that's one option. However, like I said earlier, we liked having like a couple of days. And for that, we rented a car, as we have shared previously in the video. And that is probably just the easiest way to do this. So you can rent a car, drive. The one thing to know if you do rent a car is when you come into the town just before Mont Saint Michel, which is where a lot of the hotels are, you do have to pay for parking, and it's 12.50 euros per day.
Yep. There's actually a gate. Now you can park outside and take a bus in, and there's free parking outside, and then there's also $25 per day, or 25 euros per day parking places. But there are free parking places, but again, you have to go inside. So it kind of depends. Also, if you trust yourself driving through Paris, I just said, hey, yeah, sure, it'll be an adventure, and we did it. You can also rent from the airport, and that pretty much keeps you on the highways if you rent a car from there.
So option 2 is you can take a train and then a bus from Paris to Mont Saint Michel. There is only one bus, so the train only takes you so far to a town that I can't remember, but we'll put it on the screen. And then from there, you have to take a bus to Mont Saint Michel, and that bus only runs once a day. So you just really have to look at your schedule and see if that works out for you. This line for the bus back is huge.
It's like, look at this line for the bus. It just keeps going and going and going. So we might be walking back, but hey, we need to walk off all the crepes anyways.
One last thing I will say about the car, if you do decide to rent a car, you can't actually drive a car onto the island. So there are some hotels on the island, but you can't actually drive a car onto the island itself. So if you do a hotel on the island, you would have to leave it outside of the island and I guess walk your bags up or take the bus.
Yeah, essentially walk or take the bus. The bus runs every 12 minutes from 7:30 in the morning to, I believe I saw the last one is 11 p.m. And they do have a number that you can call if you're outside of those hours. I don't know if you call that number if they'll come pick you up, but there is a number. They said if you're wanting a ride outside. Or as you can see, you can also bike along the path.
Bike all the way from Paris?
Probably not from Paris, but it is a nice bike path. All right, so we obviously just threw a lot of information at you. So what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to put it all in a guide. Of course, link it below. But if you have any questions, let us know in the comments.
And we'll see you on our next adventure. Au revoir!
Au revoir!